Welcome to the Hollywood Podcast. Before we start, please hit the like button or dislike button. Any kind of engagement will help the channel. If you're inclined, please subscribe. The show will start momentarily. How you guys doing? Welcome to another episode. The Hollywood Podcast. I'm your host, Steph. This is Easter weekend, Easter Sunday. I was MIA for a few days, but now I'm back. While I was gone, a lot of shenanigans happened. Now, what happened this week? What happened? Somebody rushed into Capitol Hill, the White House. That happened. What else happened? The Asians are still protesting, not realizing that the blacks are really the one that causing the attack on them. And they're delusional right now. They need some Asian to come out and tell them the reality of things. Stop protesting against the Caucasian male or people. There's a lot of awful things that happen in the world. The Suez Canal is unblocked. The dollar is collapsing. The world economy is in a shamble. How are we supposed to survive? We'll discuss this in this episode of the podcast. What should we touch on today? What is first on the line? What do people need to realize? How are people going to learn? How's politics going to happen? What's really going on in the politics? Now, let me start by saying this about politics. What people need to realize in politics, whether you're left or right, these politicians are not looking out for your best interests. They're really not. Okay? I want to start out by today that, if you are watching the sports media right now, it's collapsing right now. Georgia got the MLB All-Star taken away because they signed a law where you have to show your ID to vote. And that's supposedly showing your ID is voter suppression. How is that voter suppression? I don't understand that. You need to show your ID when you're driving a car. When the police ask you, may I see your driver's license? Driver's license qualified as identification. You need to have your ID when you travel through your TSA. You have to have your passport. You need to show your ID when you cross the border like a regular citizen. You need to show your ID when you cash a check. You need to show your ID when you use a credit card. You practically need to show your ID almost everything. So how is it showing your ID voter suppression? Because of this law, the MLB have retracted from the All-Star, not retract, let me rephrase that, have taken them upon themselves to take themselves out of the All-Star game from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, from Atlanta, Georgia. You know what's the ramification of this? You know what the population density in Atlanta, Georgia? About 55% are African American or blacks. Don't you understand this? All right, they said they want to fight voter suppression or discrimination. Yet again, you're depriving the people who needed the economic boost the most some help. Right? You're hurting the people the most. They don't understand that because of some wokeness. MLB have gone woke. I don't know how they're gonna recover. Not only that, the woke people are try to tell the Masters, the PGA Master Tour, to leave Georgia as well because they're happening in Georgia as well. All right. Thank God the Master aren't budging. The PGA is not budging. Look, to relocate at the last minute, you know how much that can take? I guess they realize they're gonna put that hardship on themselves and the people who might benefit from it because of this wokeness of a law that said you need to show your ID. If you read the law, they didn't even read the law. If you read the law basically improved the voting system, right? It expanded people days that they could vote, early voting, to the weekend, which allowed them to, which most people are off in the weekend, which allowed them more days to go and vote. Not only that, it allowed more drop-off boxes. It's ridiculous. And they couldn't give a good reason but to say that showing your ID is discriminatory, is voter suppression. How is it voter suppression? When you ask them, they're just dead silence. They're quiet. This wokeness has gone out of control. This cancel culture, they don't even know what they're canceling about now. Right? All this stuff is happening in Georgia. It just doesn't make sense. The world have gone completely mad. It has gone completely insane. What else is on the news today? Besides that, besides sport media, and on that note, right? Have you seen this viral video going around about Charles Barkley saying that what everybody wanted to say in the mainstream media for a long time? Going back to my first comment that these politicians are not looking out for your best interest. Charles Barkley basically came out saying that the media is trying to divide people. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, is only out for their best interests. Because at the end of the day, these elitists are going through their houses. They're not the ones fighting each other. The people, the regular people like you and I, are the one who's suffering the most from this. And they do this just because they want power. That's what it is. They want power. They're greedy. They're doing this to divide the people. That's what they're doing. If you're not aware, I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I'm not affiliated with both party. If anything, I'm a strong conservative. Most likely leaning right. But when it comes to party affiliation, I'm not affiliated with no party. I'm American independent. I'm the swing vote. You have to appease me. I'm more probably centrist and right. Okay? But they try to put as a narrative that everybody hate each other, this Hegelian dialectic, all right, create the problem, and they offer the solution. If you don't know what Hegelian dialectic is, that's what it is. That's what people need to understand. No, but there are people are so stupid to learn about this. Some of the people want to say that they're awakened. There's two different things. Woke and awakened is two different things. Woke is basically people being dumb about it. Awakened is you can see through the matrix. That's what it is. You can see through the matrix. Everything I see right now is either psyop, false flag, crisis actor. All right? Everything I see is false flag, psyop, propaganda, crisis actor. I question a lot of things. People need to question more. Don't believe what you see in the media. On that note, onto the point of what happened in D.C. The media is not... As soon as they found out it was a Farrakhan supporter, the media blacked out on it. They wouldn't show it no more. Alright? As soon as they found out. If you weren't aware, somebody drove a car into the police barrier in D.C., I think Capitol or the White House, either one. I'm not sure, but one of those, alright? And now, what I think about this is giving those authoritative figure a more enough reason to barricade the Capitol even more. Because right now, they were planning to pull everything down, right? Now they're leaving it back up. They're leaving the wall back up. The wall back up. They're leaving the wall back up. These from the people. This coming from the people to say walls don't work. If walls doesn't work, then why are you using the wall to barricade yourself? Why is it under? Why is it not on the southern borders? Why did all of a sudden this administration, the 46th administration, suddenly decide to not finish the wall right now? It's almost complete, and the money's there. It's so impractical, illogical from not completing the wall. Not only that, stop the Keystone Pipeline. All of a sudden, just cut jobs like that. Because of that Keystone Pipeline, because of the Keystone XL pipeline, we were energy independent. We don't need other outsources. Now, because of that, we have no source of energy, and we have to rely on export. Because of that, gas prices going up. Because of Suez Canal, right, which costs $4 million an hour because of the backup, including oil being sent back and forth to refine the oil so we could buy from them. Gas is going up because of that. This could be prevented if the Keystone XL pipeline wasn't shut down in the beginning, because due to this 45th administration. They're not seeing this. It's not logic. The world's not logic. The world has gone mad right now. Because of that, because of this administration cutting jobs, cutting export of our fuel dependency, cutting all sort of stuff, cutting the funding for the Border Patrol. This week, and James O'Keefe got a video from Project Veritas showing the real reason what's happening in the borders. People are laying down under the bridge, lying in dirt, because they're overwhelmed by this. Not only Americans are mad, but Mexico is mad as well, because they have to deal with this as well. AMLO's blaming AMLO's blaming Biden for this. This administration is a disaster. I don't know how long he's going to be in office, but at the time he's going right now, at that rate he's going, I don't know what's going to happen. This administration is so unpredictable, so not transparent at all. They want to claim to be transparent. This puppet right here is destroying the country. Pure and simple. By what I'm seeing right now. If you're blind, if you don't see what I'm seeing, you're blinded right now. Gas are going up. Right now, he's just proposing a $2.2 trillion infrastructure plan. 2.2 trillion, and most of the plan is not even towards infrastructure. It's towards green new movement, whatever the heck it is. If you're not aware, this infrastructure plan is basically a part of the Green New Deal. Have you seen speak on the Green New Deal, have you seen a pattern coming around here? The guy who attacked at Capitol Hill, his name was Noah Green. The ship that was clogging up the Suez Canal, it was Evergreen, and its infrastructure is a Green New Deal. It's all green. And the stimulus is printing money, which is green. Green is a theme here. The only whether you're black, white, yellow, whatever, the only color that matters here is green. That's it. They don't care about blacks. They don't care about white. They don't care about yellow, which is on my point where I want to talk to you about Asian people. The Twinkies, the bananas, yellow on the outside, white on the inside, whatever it is you want to call it. Okay? There's not enough Asian that's speaking out against this, right? Asians need to wake up. All right, this Asian protesting. It was this week that an Asian lady got attacked by a black guy for doing nothing. A 65-year-old was punched and kicked in the face. And they're protesting against white people? And then there's what? The BLM matter went to a nail salon and start protesting in there too. All right, this is a time where Asian people, now is not the time, pick up arms. Arm your businesses. All right? Put a sign in front of your window that said, this business is armed. Don't try any funny business. No pun intended. All right, that's what they need to do. Asian people need the rooftop Korea need to come back. That's what it is. Take matter in your own hand. The police not gonna help you. It's not gonna save you. The government's not gonna save you. The only person that's gonna save you is yourself. All right. If they want to spew, if these Asian right now, these liberal Asian, the liberal Asian is a rare commodity. It's a very rare commodity. Mainly they're socialist Chinese. That's what they are. These liberal Asian that's protesting to stop Asian hate. What they need to do is to go to I don't know. This might sound a little racist a little bit. Protesting the KFC or something. I don't know, man. It's not Caucasian that's attacking you. I'm going by statistic, fact, not to be any discriminatory or something, or nothing like that. All right? I have black friends. Me and them are cool. But statistically, Asians are being attacked by black people. All right? That's according to the FBI statistics. Okay? Asian, wake up. If you are so hell-bent on this idea of Asian hatreds, look at the statistics. All right? These Black Lives Matter are not marching for you. All right? You shouldn't appease to them. All right? Stop getting bullied around. And stop being a victim. If you arm yourself, you're not a victim anymore. That's what you need to do. The thing I'm saying, especially from an Asian guy, are not very popular, and it's not very abundant out there, which I think that Asians need to speak up on this, especially conservative Asian needs to speak up on this, and said that we need to look out for ourselves, stop making ourselves the victim, and see the light of what the statistic is, and address that issue. All right? It's a rare occasion to see Asian get attacked by a Caucasian male, a Caucasian person. Let me say that. I don't want to ruin the male. I don't want to just narrow to the male. Let's say Caucasian person. All right, it's a rare statistic. That's why. That's. They're still protesting about that. All right, go to the MLK Boulevard and go protest over there if you want your voice to be heard. No, they're protesting in the most unrealistic spot, like where the Caucasian people are hanging out, the liberal part of the city. I'm like, no, man, Asian people need restructures. Because they're coming out as beta right now, all right? There needs to be more alpha-centric Asian people out there. Drop down the tofu, the soy. I don't eat tofu. For an Asian guy, to let you guys know, I don't eat tofu. I don't. I hate that. It's got a weird consistency. I don't eat boba. I don't like squishy black balls in my mouth. All right? Tapioca balls, I don't like that texture. I don't drink that or eat that, whatever it is. It's not my forte. All right? They need to stop with this K-pop, J-pop, whatever it is. Guys wearing makeup. That's what K-pop is. They wear makeup. How androgynous is that? How beta is that? How is that masculine? If you're a male in a boy band singing and all these feminine stuff, to me, K-pop is so feminized. It's feminizing male big time, especially Asian male. All right, I don't like this. It's not my forte. I don't subscribe to K-pop. I don't like those music. I think the guys are beta as heck. They look like females. All right, what kind of guy, self-respecting guy, wear makeup? I don't get it. I just don't get K-pop. The music are terrible. Disposable, manufactured. If you're not aware of what K-pop is manufactured. None of it is organic at all. All right. I wonder what this guy. I want to interview a K-pop member. I just want to ask him, what's going through your mind? How is this alpha status right now? How does this make you alpha? How? It doesn't make sense. You put in makeup. You're making your hair all. Put highlights. What straight men put highlights on their hair? That's not manly. To me, it's not manly. Go put yourself a plaid shirt, chop some wood, hunt a deer. Do something that's manly. Go out to a forest, get yourself a gun, a rifle, and start hunting. Skin a deer, or something like that. But to sing, put on makeup, oh my God. It's so terrible what Asian people are going through right now. I guess it's all the soy they're eating from their tofu. Tofu is tofu is disgusting. I don't know why they like to eat that. This is coming from an Asian guy. We're known to eat tofu, soy. I guess it's from the soy they eat a lot. They have a lot of soy in their diet. And soy are the main contributor of estrogen. Soy are estrogen mimickers. They're not health food. Soy is not health food. It makes you grow boobs. Especially if you're a male. If you eat a lot of soy, you will grow boobs. It's the estrogen mimickers. It doesn't make any sense. And that's what's on my mind. I'm going off a tangent right now on this K-pop stuff. That's really, it's not my it's not my cup of tea. All right, I don't really like that. But what is on news? I need to change the subject right now. I'm getting hot over this boy band stuff, and they're pushing this. Oh, and it's basically satanic. In my book, satanic like Lil Nas X was in the news as well, right? That every social media, every media was showing this video, and I was like, I do not want to see this video. Don't show me this video. I do not want to show all these nastiness burn in my mind. And if you think it's disgusting, why are you showing the video? Stop showing the video. I do not want to see it. Stop imprinting that image on my mind. Lil Nas X. The video was horrible. This exemplified my point that they're becoming beta as heck. All right, a guy in a stripper pole going down. That's beta simp. All right, mentality. That's where it is. What kind of straight men do that? It's beta as heck. Okay. They're promoting beta males, simps, as a leading figure of men. This is destroying the men. Basically, they're destroying how men's supposed to behave. You destroyed the men, you destroyed society. That's what it is. You take the men out of the household, the nucleus family, you destroy society. Like what they did, like BLM tried to do with the black community. They take the men out of the family unit. And that's how the family is destroyed. That's how broken home, dysfunctional family happens. You take the men out of the picture because the men represent discipline and superiority and alphaness. That's what it is. And then during 1960s, LBJ promote welfare to the black community. Bet you can't have the male in the household in order to qualify for welfare. That's how they destroyed the black community ever since the 60s. That's 50 years ago, somewhere in that area, in that ballpark. LBJ, I quote, I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years. And for some reason, that flew out their head in one ear and out the other. Suddenly they forget about that. Do you know how detrimental the Democratic Party is to the black community? Not only the black community, the Asian community, the Hispanic community, they're just using them for votes. All right, they pander to Chinatown. They pander to the illegals. They pander to the black community. And they don't understand that they're being used by the Democratic Party. And the people and the minorities who are in the Democratic Party, suddenly they forgot the history of the Democratic Party. You realize that? Suddenly they forgot about how the Democratic Party was formed. The Democratic Party was formed out of evilness. The Democratic Party tried to stop Jim Crow from happening. The Democratic Party tried to extend slavery. All right. The Democratic Party found the KKK, and suddenly the minorities of today suddenly forgot all about it. All right, might I remind you about that? If you're liberal and you listen to my radio, I'm not making this stuff up. Go look it up. Go look it up. Just do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. Just don't. Like LeVar Burton said in Reading Rainbow. All right? And on the reading radio part, it strikes me why how are their literacy rate is so low, right? Read more because the school system are destroying them. Anything the government touches the Department of Education was created in the 70s during Jimmy Carter, a Democrat, might I add. And what happened is destroyed the educational system, ruining the future of many minority people out there. And now the comprehension level and reading level are totally down. And because of that, now they're trying to lower the standard for college admission and all that crap. All right? All that crap right now. But no, they want government to be involved. Government is the least efficient thing out there right now. You know what's better than government? Yourself. Start doing everything for yourself. You cannot wait on the government to do it for you. All right? To get rich right now, do not wait on the government. Do not wait on the government at all. They will destroy you. You know what? You know how the government control you? By the dollar system. Right? Where we're I'm segueing to another topic right now. The financial segue. All right, the dollar system. That's how they control you. This fake fiat money they're printing out right now, because the stimulus and on the infrastructure. Going back to the infrastructure is basically a Green New Deal BS right now. All right, none of it's going to building road. I mean, minimal amount of it going to building road. Most of it is going towards some what Green New Deal BS right now. And that's going to print out more dollars, which is going to devalue the currency even more. It's going to devalue the currency even more, as if the $1.7 trillion, $1.9 trillion stimulus package didn't devalue the money enough. It's decided to do that. You know what's the solution they should take? Cut regulations, cut taxes, open up the country. Bam! You do not need to print out that much money. That's the only solution. That's the only solution. They should not do this in the first place. They should not print out the money in the first place. All you gotta do is cut taxes. By cutting taxes, you put a lot of money in people's wallet. Cut regulation, you create more jobs out there. Thus, hire more people. Thus, putting money in their pocket, and including the tax cut. Thus, allow them to save up more money. All right. It's just asinine to print out this money. Not because of that, the dollar is being devalued. All right, the government doesn't produce anything. All they produce is print out money. That's it. Through a independent entity via the Federal Reserve. And now it's gonna raise taxes. 46 administration is gonna raise taxes now. He's gonna raise taxes while people are out of job. They need the stimulus. What he's thinking right now is raising taxes. All right. Not only that, his transportation secretary thinking of taxing people by driving by the miles, not realizing that poor people drive to work, and what is this hurting? The poor people. The rich people are driving to work. Gas doesn't mean nothing to them because they're rich. And if they don't want to pay the mileage, they'll take the helicopter, the plane to travel. Chauffeurs. All right? Who is this going to help? Who is this going to hurt? The people who's using the gig economy, the Uber drivers, the DoorDash, the Instacart, those people. It just doesn't make sense. Like, people are hurting, and this administration are doing the dumbest thing ever. All right, devaluing the dollar. All right, which come to my other point when it comes to financial. People need to spend their money on something that have value. Invest in precious metal, gold, silver, palladium, platinum. All right, invest in precious metal, something that hold their value. Not only precious metal, you could go cryptocurrency. All right, buy some bitcoins. Bitcoins is the future. Bitcoins is the key. Crypto is the key for people to preserve the power of their dollar. All right. Not only that, if you get Bitcoins, I don't know some people are aware of this, but there's a finite amount of money you can take out the country. Above a certain amount, you have to declare it at the custom. All right, with crypto, you don't have to declare nothing. You can go to another country, get on the internet, and cash it out. Wire it to your bank account and cash it out, and then you have your money on you. You don't have to declare anything. You have the money at all times. All right, that's a benefit about crypto. All right, the dollar is devaluing day after day after day after day. People really need to be smart with their money and put in something that has value. All right, when the system collapses, what are you going to depend on? A valueless currency? You don't want to be the same in a situation like Venezuela. Hyperinflation happened. Zimbabwe, we had to print out $1 million bill. Who used that? Honestly. All right, hyperinflation. Don't say it's never gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The question is when. All right. The bubble is the dollar. It's gonna collapse. You know why I think it's gonna pop the bubble? Cryptocurrency. The more people invest in cryptocurrency, the less faith they have in the dollar. Bam, the dollar collapse. And people that's not on board with cryptocurrency or precious metal, they're gonna be in a slum, big time. And this and the people who's gonna be in that position, the poor people. They don't know anything about this. They don't know anything about blockchain. They don't know anything about digital wallets. These ideas are a new concept to them. They don't know how to do it. All right, these are the people that depend on the government. Tell the government to do it for them. All right, they don't know anything about blockchain. They don't know anything about private keys, QR codes, and all that stuff. All right, this idea are foreign to them, and they're gonna be left out, big time. Lebanon is going through some hard time right now. All right, their banks are not letting them withdraw money. Don't let that happen to you where the bank is holding all your money. Take all your money out of the bank. It's not a safe place to be. If you're going to have a bank account, you just only pay bills, but don't leave all your money in there. All right? I'm not saying you to take your bank and put it on your mattress, which is most of the Lebanese are doing right now. That's crazy. Most of them, they took all their money out and then just leaving the bank. I'm leaving it under their mattress. That's crazy. Don't be like Greece. All right, where women are selling themselves for the price of a cheese sandwich. Don't be like that. All right? Take your money, invest in something tangible, and not tangible, or if you're inclined, some cryptocurrency. But don't just put everything in one basket. Diversify it. And if you need to have a bank account, just have enough to pay your bills every month. That's it. Don't put all your egg in one basket. But that's what I think that what people should do. Okay, that's what I think what people should do to protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, the government's not going to protect you. I'm sorry. What are you going to do? Wait until they send a train over and push you in the cart and send you to concentration camp? Might I remind you that the Democrats put Asian people in concentration camp? How are Asian consider themselves Democrat since they put you guys, especially the Japanese, they put you guys in the concentration camp? How is that possible? The Japanese. How are you Japanese and you say you're Democrat? I don't understand that. They put your ancestor in concentration camps. How? Why? It happened in American history before. Don't be like the Native American who was dragged from Georgia to Oklahoma via the trails of the tears by a Democratic president, Andrew Jackson. The Democratic Party. How are they still the Democrat? Apparently, these liberals have no concept of history. They don't remember anything. All right? They don't remember anything. Suddenly, it's just in one ear and out the other. It's sad that people are losing the connection with the past, with the history. Okay? I'm not saying Republicans are clean themselves. They have some blood on their hand. Okay, but right now, but to me, the Democrats have caused more harm than the other side. But I don't know. My my what's that? My expectation, my hope for the future is kind of bleak. I don't know how the children's gonna face in the future. Totally distort their future, big time. The new generation now had to solve this, and they're gonna have to blame it on us. All right, like we blame it on the boomers. Now the Gen Z is gonna blame it on us or the future generation because we screw up printing all this money. It's just crazy. But I don't want to bore you anymore. That's what happened this week. That's what happened. The shenanigans that's happened this week. Let's hope next week is what, Easter Monday, April 4th. All right, and man, I just hope everything's better. But for on a interesting note, this month, it's gonna be a lot of meteor shower. If you follow that, it's gonna. I was at work last time. Let me share the story with you guys. I was at work. All of a sudden, because I work outdoors at nighttime. I work the graveyard shift, the late shift, right? And I'm supposed to walk outside and all that stuff at nighttime. All of a sudden, I saw a meteorite fell down. A meteorite. You don't often see meteorite in Southern California. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I saw a meteorite. Like, what? What? And I was looking in the looking up the news. They said from April 20th, within this month, there's gonna be a lot of meteor showers. And if you're into astrology, I think that's what it is, right? Astrology. This should be a really exciting month for you guys. Look up in the sky, and you can see a lot of meteorites, meteor shower. And people, they're not doing that. They're huddled inside right now, online, not doing nothing, and not going outside because of this lockdown. Not going outside and enjoy life, right? And life is not about being stationary. That's not how you live life. You live life by different experiences. Don't do something that destroyed your life, but add some value to your life. But on that note, guys, thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for having me talk to you for what about 40 minutes or an hour to 40 minutes, or I don't know, about 40 minutes, I think. Thank you for letting me have some of your time. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, share, like the video. If you're inclined, subscribe to the video. Thank you, and hope you guys have a good evening, and God bless. Peace.